We bought this 2014 Nissan Maxima riddled with hail damage from Copart Auto Auction for just $2,200, and we turned it into this clean, dependable ride that is now valued at $5,400. Want to know how we did it? Stay locked in. We'll show you how. All right, guys, so we're back with another one. We're going to be bidding on a 2014 Nissan Maxima. This vehicle is coming out of Missouri. It has 120K on the dash. It is a salvage title due to the hail damage. Just to show you guys a couple of pictures of what the hail damage looks like on this vehicle. This is what we consider more on the minor side of hail damage. You can barely see, but there's a couple of dents, 2 dents I can spot right there. There's maybe 1 there. And they're kind of sporadic and spread out. They're really not heavy. They're really not big. There's something that we definitely feel confident in tackling. So we're going for this vehicle. We personally like selling the Nissan brands. They sell very well. So we definitely go for this vehicle. So like I said, this has 120K on the dash, hail damage. It has maybe a rear scuff on the back, nothing too crazy. This is what they're considering the rear damage. So just a little bit of buffing, a little bit of maybe touch-up paint, nothing too crazy. Burgundy in color. Copart is valuing this vehicle at a roughly $7,500. That would most likely be a clean title. Because it is a rebuild title, we would probably take off somewhere between $500 to $1,000 off that value, if that value is correct, right? So with 120K in the dash, that should be a really good, decent value. The value probably is pretty close to accurate, honestly. Front wheel drive, run and drive, keys, yes. Gasoline, yes. So the bidding, the auction is coming up shortly. All right, so the auction just started. We're a couple seconds late in jumping in on this auction. Current bid is at $1,650. We're gonna put a bid in here at $1,750. They took us right out. We have a budget of around $2,000. We put another bid in at $1,850. They took us right out again, outbid. There's a lot of competition here from California, Missouri. We definitely want this vehicle. The budget is $2K, but we want the vehicle, so we're bidding out at our budget right here, which is $2K, $2,000 even. We're currently winning. No one's taking us out, so that bonus time is a killer. That bonus time is a killer. We still could win this at $2,000. That's our budget. That would be super awesome if we could take it. They took us out $2,050. So $2,000 was our budget. We're gonna go a little higher. We definitely want this car. So we're winning right now at $2,100. Let's see what happens. We're winning at $2,100. I really don't want to go higher than this. Went a little, took us out again. This will be my last and final bid. This will be my last and final bid. I think I'm gonna bid again. $2,200. $2,200. I can't go higher than this because we have a shipping cost of about $750. That's just gonna kind of kill us, right? So that was tough. We won that vehicle, but that was tough. That was not easy to do. So we won that vehicle. So we're gonna work on the shipping. We're actually gonna try to call around a couple of shipping companies that we worked with in the past and try to get that shipping cost down to make up for that extra $200 that we paid. But stay tuned as we work on that shipping and work on getting that vehicle delivered, work on getting that vehicle in the shop, show you guys what's going on with the hail damage, and see what all services and repairs need to be done to get this car ready to be flipped. Stay locked in. So the transporter just arrived with the vehicle. We were able to get that shipping down to about $599. This part always makes me nervous. I really hope he's seeing that bright pink pole behind him. Bruh. Luckily, we made out okay. There was no additional damages added to the vehicle. So we got the vehicle in the shop. We did a full inspection. There wasn't too much that we found that needed to be done outside of the hail damage. So we're working on the hail damage right now. We're going to take the hood off the vehicle and we're going to take the hood inside the office because it's just too hot in the shop. It's peaking at the hundreds and we got to get out of here. So we've got the vehicle hood on the stand. We went ahead and marked up all of the hail damage dents that we were able to spot. Gonna use this hail damage light to sweep through and show some of the hail damages that are on this hood. So I counted about 46 dents on this hood. I wouldn't say this is necessarily on the minor side, but definitely closer to the minor side than the major side of dents. I've seen videos where technicians and body shop professionals are working on hoods that have well over 100 dents on the hood itself. Sometimes even closer to 200 dents on the hood. Almost a little bit more than I would like to try to usually get, but I really wanted this vehicle, so I kind of pushed it a little bit. About 50 dents or so we got to work on. We're just going to put our head down and get on these dents, pop them out. Once I'm done, you'll see that this hood will look way better. It may not look perfect, but it's going to look way better, and that's the ultimate goal. So let's get into it. All right, so this is what it looks like when I've got the light set up and I'm working on those dents one by one. On this particular dent, I'm going to be working it from the underside or the back side of the hood with a long heel rod. Once I've pinpointed the dent with the heel rod, then I'm going to gradually push up on the dent with gradual small pushes until the dent has a slight high, and then I'm going to knock it down even or until the dent is completely gone. We're now going to start to work on the dents that are on the trunk lid. We're going to remove the inner liner to gain access. These are some of the access points that we're going to be looking to use with the heel rods. The windshield was shattered by the hail damage, so we found the local glass company and they sent someone out to put a new windshield in. During the inspection and the test drive, we found two faulty struts. One of the struts was leaking, the other strut was noisy. We found a couple of struts online, about $75 a piece, so we're going to replace those struts now. This is the strut that we found with a leak. During the inspection, we also found that the vehicle had a check engine light on with the code P1778 step motor. We bought a new stepper motor to replace the one that was inside the transmission. We found that the transmission fluid was completely cooked, so we replaced that as well. We made sure to clean off all the metal particles that were found on the magnets inside the pan. The stepper motor is held up by just a couple of bolts. Once you remove the pan, it's pretty accessible. You may or may not be able to see it at this angle, but the driver's side mirror glass is distorted, so we found a replacement at a local junkyard. All right, it's cleanup time. We're going to start by using the shop vac to clean up the inside of this vehicle thoroughly. I can honestly say that this vehicle really wasn't that dirty. The prior owner was a pretty clean person. There really wasn't that much to clean, and with the dark black interior, it really wasn't too much to do. So we're going to wipe down the dash, wipe down the door panels, wipe down in between the door jambs as well to get this car looking really, really clean, really, really shiny, make a good impression on potential buyers. We're now at a local car wash. We're going to spray up the wheels a little bit just to make that cleaning process a little bit easier. I actually prefer the manual car wash because you get to use this brush and work it on the vehicle as long as you want, as much as you want in areas that might need more attention, right? As opposed to using the automatic car washes that sometimes do get your cars clean, especially if they're not that dirty. But these cars are usually pretty filthy, pretty dusty, coming from the auctions. The vehicle cleaned up pretty nicely, I think you would agree. Copart is valuing this vehicle around $7,500. Kelly Blue Book is valuing this vehicle around $7,000. Keeping in mind these values are considering the vehicle being a clean title vehicle. However, this vehicle is a rebuild title, so the perceived value would be slightly less. On the right-hand side of the screen, we have an expense sheet pulled up. Copart winning bid amount was $2,200. Copart's fees was $612. That was pretty hefty. We were able to get the shipping down to $599. The title milling fee was $15. We paid $300 for the windshield replacement, $151 for two struts, $28 for the stepper motor, $78 for CVT transmission fluid. We paid $66 for a vehicle battery, $35 for an oil change, $22 for a side mirror glass, $633 for dealer tax and dock fee. We ended up selling this vehicle with an out-of-door price of $5,400. That price did include tax and dock fee. That left us with a profit of $661. Wasn't that great? but at least it wasn't a loss. Couple of things that we had to learn from this vehicle is that stick to the budget. We went over our budget. We went over our max bid for about $200. We didn't anticipate the windshield being broken, which cost us another $300. We had a couple of bigger unknown expenses such as the strut, the transmission fluid, and the stepper motor. That already calculated to several $100s that we could have made on this vehicle. So that was a learning lesson for us. If you caught any value at all from this video, don't forget to comment down below, like and share. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.